So this is your favorite new toy?
Yes. Absolutely.
What's the little cranky handle do? Oh, okay.
So you hold the paper in place, and now nothing's going in.
Yeah, I'm familiar with that. I'm used to working one of these on a little bit larger scale, and you press a foot pedal and that does that, yeah. It's very sexy, Moose.
Ta-da! Just cut 100 flyers.
Cool.
Yeah.
And these are VSL flyers?
Yes, Rob came in and said he was out and he needed more.
I support this. Hello guys, welcome to today's Captain's Blog. It's 11:58 hours on September 26, 2015. And today is really not much here. It's all going to be stuff at your place. And Sam and I are going to rock out on electricity stuff.
Electricity. I hear you guys have been making
We're working on the safety loop for the high voltage line.
progress with
Yes.
that. And we are all set for the tour.
Alright. You handle the tour, I'm going to run an errand. I'll be back for the Q&A after the tour.
Okay.
Alright, cool. Seemed like a cool thing to get video of. That's new. I like that.
So first thing it does is terrace steps for a full 3D profile. Takes a lot less time to just hog it out first.
Yeah, that's sexy.
So now,
big chunk of metal.
so now we get about 48 minutes of 3D profiling.
Rock out. This is gonna take a while.
There we go.
It's just barely kissing it.
Yeah, 15 thousandths per step over.
That's gonna take a while. Just a sprinkle to flavor. Sam is adding an extra virgin olive oil. After this, we'll be doing the pomegranate reduction. Mr. Kidwell's been having issues getting enough fibers, so Sam is working on an excellent solution.
I call them rock cakes. All right, that looks about right.
That's lovely. So how many spiders have you painted into the wall?
Only one that I've seen.
Yeah?
There may have been some ninja spiders.
Yeah, I was gonna go up and get some video of Brian too. Brian's painting purple for Mom. Well, my house is pimpin'. Check this out. It's an open floor plan in that there's no second floor, it's wide open. There's no first floor really, it's just some plywood laid down over open joists. That's my house.
You know
Big
how-
style.
You know how I've been fighting with the city over getting rental approval on the house?
Yeah, yeah.
Finally had an inspector stick his eyes in the window and go, oh, well, you don't need to fill that form out, do you?
Yeah. Not thinking we're going to be doing any rentals in my house anytime soon.
I'm no longer a slumlord.
Man, I was digging being a slumlord. I had a future there. I could have been somebody. Between my condos in Hawaii and my tenement down here.
Hey, that looks pretty nice.
Sam's got mad skills. I'll be back.
What?
Nothing, just keep doing what you're doing. You're fine.
I feel like an idiot.
You look like an idiot. But it's great blog.
Shut up.
You just
There is a ladder.
keep on doing that.
Ladder?
There's lots of ladders, but this is entertaining as hell.
3-step ladder is.
You're over there like derp, 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 derp. Hi guys. So it's 2040 hours and this is coming together. After the week of hell, my week comes to a final culmination with a phone call this morning from my kid brother telling me that Mom died. And just when you thought you'd had a really shitty week, you know? And I've been trying to think all day what I wanted to say about this in the blog because for reasons that go against all manner of common sense and logic and reason, there's an awful lot of young people who watch my blog and look to me as some sort of role model or some source of advice or whatnot. You should pick a better role model. I'm not that smart. And I've been trying to think about this today because this is something that everybody has to experience. Everybody, I mean, like, your parents are gonna die. And the only thing worse than having to live with your parents dying is your parents having to live with you dying, which really sucks. Parents are not typically prepared for that kind of thing. But there's a great many things that I have some kind of experience in. There's even a few things that I can speak pretty intelligently about. I lost my last two grandparents in the past year, and today my mom died. And it wasn't a surprise by any means. My mom has had pulmonary fibrosis for quite a while and was certainly not in the best of health. You can tell this because she died at 63. And my dad ain't doing much better. But I feel like I should have some helpful, poignant thing to say about this. Something that might help you in the future when you have to deal with this. And I don't have anything deep and meaningful. Like my whole family is just freaking out and, you know, emotional mess. And I'm not. I don't get that way. When I was really little, my mom's mom, my grandma Mary, died, and I didn't even really register that. I was a little kid. And my grandpa Orville, my mom's dad, died when I was in high school. And I understood that. I knew what was going on. I was a teenager. And he was a really cool friend of mine. Like, him and I got along really well. I didn't really know my grandma Mary. My grandpa and Orville and I, we were buddies. And when he died, it was like, okay, well, that sucks. And I went on with my day. Everybody else, like, lost their minds and just freaked out. And I was like, no, he died. He was like 80 years old. He was a raving alcoholic. He died. That's what happens. Check my disc for consistency. No, don't. Damn it, I didn't want to cancel that. I'm dumb. And my grandmother passed this past year. My dad's mom. And the whole family had a big snit over it and freaked out, and there was a whole thing. And I was like, okay, well, you know, she was well into her 80s. I think she may have actually been 90. I don't know, she was really old. And, you know, that's what you do. Cancer sucks. And 5 minutes later, my grandpa died. Because that's what happens when you've been married for 300 years. They go in pairs. Now these are people that, like, I knew my grandparents in a big way. Like we were cool. And both my grandfathers and I were very close. But I didn't freak out about it. I went to my grandfather's funeral. I cried, because that's what you do. But I cried for 5 minutes at his funeral, and that was that. I'm like, okay. And I'm not some super tough guy. I'm not some crazy rugged guy. I don't believe in the bullshit of, you know, real men don't cry or anything like that. I just don't get it. It just doesn't, it's just not how I'm wired. And of all of them, I've had a lot of friends that died. Death is something that I've dealt with quite a bit. The only one that bothered me, like really bothered me bad, where I actually got emotional about it, was when Omni died. My whole family's freaking out, and I'm not. It doesn't mean I don't love my mom. I love my mom. But I moved out at 15. I talk to my parents like once every few months. And that's a recent development. Like, I've talked to my parents more in the past year than I have in the previous 10 combined. And that's mainly because everybody's been dying. I know a lot of you are really close with your family, and that's awesome. I admire that. But I moved out at 15. And I got as far away as fast as I could. I love my family. We get along great when we're in separate states. And I just don't know what to convey to people in regards to having a parent die. And I choose my words really carefully because I don't want to give advice to people on anything like this that's patently wrong, and I'm wrong a lot. But I just don't know what to say. So the best I got, if you're facing this, is 1, call your mom. And 2, there's nothing wrong with grief. There's nothing wrong with expressing your emotions in a healthy way. But it's okay if everybody isn't wired like that. My brother is very, very emotional. And today he is a complete wreck. And I just don't get it. I don't understand letting your emotions control you. I think a lot of it is genetic. And when like emotions got passed out, my brother got the big box of crayons, and I got the little box that you get at like a restaurant that has like 5 crayons in it. That's my entire emotional spectrum. I'm happy, or I'm sad, or I'm pissed, or I'm scared, or I'm horny. I think those are the 5 that I've got. There might be a few other ones in there. And I'm not some cold, heartless, unfeeling dude. I'm not very good with empathy. And I'm not the guy that you want to call if you need emotional support, especially if you've done something stupid. Like if you're feeling sorry for yourself because you made a bad choice and did something dumb, I'm not the guy you want to call. And maybe it's that I'm just too logical, but it just doesn't make sense to me. I don't understand. Like, I can understand how people can be pissed off. That makes sense to me. There's things in the world to be pissed off about. I don't understand how people can be so emotionally driven by something so as to ignore reason and logic. That doesn't make sense to me. Which is probably why I'm not a Republican. So the best I can give you is, your parents are going to die someday. Plan ahead. Know what they want. Like, you have to sit down with them and have an actual conversation and say, do you want to be buried? Do you want to be cremated? Do you want to be shot out of a cannon? What do you want? And funeral homes are way more expensive than you think they are. Wow, is that a scam? If you're ever wondering, like, a line of work you should get into, be an undertaker. Good money in it. great job security. And have all this shit worked out in advance. So that when it happens, and it's going to happen, you know what to do. You know the funeral home you need. You know what their wishes are. You know what kind of flowers your mom wants at her funeral. Like, all the little bullshit. Work this out in advance. Don't wait until, like, oh shit, mom's dead. What do we do? Because, I don't know. What the hell do I know about funeral homes? And don't let your emotions get on top of you. Don't make emotionally driven decisions. That's the best I got. Also, death sucks. Just, you know, it's not a fun time. So that's the best I got. I don't know if that's in any way helpful, but that's what I got. I hope you guys have a better day than I did. I'll talk to you tomorrow.